Welcome to Tocoi Tech Talk, Episode 7. I'm your host, Kristen Rusnak, and today we are talking about more classroom engagement tools that you can use with your students. We're going to be talking about 3 tools today, one of which you're probably familiar with. The other one might be new to you, and the last one is one of my favorite classroom engagement tools, so definitely stick around for that. We have some special guests joining us today to talk about how they use some of these tools. Here's our first guest now.
Hi, I'm Miss Pap and I teach Algebra 1 and Geometry. I want to share how I use Kahoot with my students. I personally loved playing Kahoot when I was in school, and I had a history teacher that used it every unit for our test review. I remember it making everyone engaged because it was a competition. Although it does take some time to make the Kahoot yourself, if you want it to be very specific to your specific test, there are pre-made Kahoots that you can find on most topics to save time. Or if you skip out on adding the cute photos and GIFs, it really wouldn't take that long to just type in the questions and answers. Even when I do go out of my way to make it cute, I'll just make it at home when I'm watching TV and it takes less than an hour and not much brain power to do so. Whenever I announce it's Kahoot Day, I instantly see the energy in the room change. The students are so excited to compete, and of course I use snacks for prizes to get them even more engaged. Kahoot ranks the top 3, and they see their rank change each question throughout the game. They're scored on accuracy and how quickly they answer, so it makes it really fun and competitive. Even though it does take a little time to make it, it's so worth it. Plus, I reuse the same Kahoot for each period, so it's less than an hour of planning in order to have a relatively easy day, as Kahoot does most of the work for me during the lesson. And of course, I save them and will reuse them in future years. Needless to say, I would highly recommend you try it out.
Thanks so much, Miss Pap. I love how you talked about the shift in energy that comes to the classroom on the days that you announce that it's Kahoot Day. That's what these classroom engagement tools are all about. They're about engaging your students and getting them excited and energized for your class. And that's what most of these tools can do. I know some of you out there have used Kahoot already before. Some of you, this might be brand new. Either way, this is your reminder that Kahoot's a great tool, and we hope you'll continue to use it with your students because they obviously love it. Let's hear about an offshoot of Kahoot that most of you probably don't even know about yet. Here's our next guest.
I'm Danielle Cabral, and I teach American government, and I wanted to share how I use Kahootopia with my students. So you can create a couple of different islands, and how I set it up is I have my even periods versus my odd periods, and they can compete to create the largest island. There is a myriad of different games that you can play, whether they're competing against each other, they're competing against groups with each other, or it's entirely collaborative with the class. One of the coolest things is that you can see how they're doing percent-wise, how they're doing individually, and if someone decides to pop off and maybe do something they're not supposed to be doing, you can see when they're inactive on a game as well. But it's really interesting to get the data points together, and it's also an interesting way to get them to interact in class.
Thanks so much, Ms. Cabral. Doesn't Kahootopia sound like it would be a blast to use in class? I love that you can analyze different data points too. The last engagement tool I wanted to talk to you guys about today is one that I don't think many of you are familiar with, and I absolutely love it. And it's called Classroomscreen. It's available by simply going to classroomscreen.com, and you don't even have to have an account to start using it. But I highly recommend that you sign up for an account because you get the basic version for free, and it allows you to do more, such as have remote poll voting. Let's listen to this brief informational video. It can explain Classroomscreen a little bit better than I can.
Meet Classroomscreen, the all-in-one online whiteboard designed to help you keep students focused and lessons organized. It's packed with interactive widgets like timers, polls, daily schedules, sound monitors, and many more. With clear instructions and visual cues, your students stay on track, so you can put your energy where it truly matters. Make your screens as creative as you are, with custom backgrounds, adjustable color themes, and fun stickers. Start a screen from scratch, or begin with a ready-made template to boost engagement or add structure. Customize it for your lesson, use it in class, then save and share it so you and your colleagues can grab it whenever needed. It works beautifully with the tools you and your students already love. from presentation tools to music and video players. Classroomscreen supports you where the real impact is made, in the classroom, so you can focus on what you do best, teaching. Try Classroomscreen today.
Like with any new technology tool, the first step is just to jump in and start playing around with it, explore the platform, see all that it can do. And as always, anytime you have questions with these technology tools or any technology tools, just come and find me in the hub. These technology tools that we've talked about today, as well as most of the technology tools that we've talked about this school year, have a free version and an upgrade pay version. It's up to you if you feel that the upgrade is worth it, but they all do have a free version as well. And of course, they are all approved for use in St. Johns County School District. Thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great day, Toros.